Hello, I'm Chris. I'm on the DirigoEdge application development team at Dirigo Design and Development, and today I am going to show you how to set up Edge, our open source .NET CMS system. If you are watching this video, you've likely downloaded or have contemplated downloading DirigoEdge version 2.0. Edge was developed to be a lightweight, extensible CMS. DirigoEdge 1.0 was released in January 2013 and has received many thousands of downloads. We don't really know much yet about how DirigoEdge 2.0 is being used, but we hear from developers that span the globe and know that the product has been well received by those using open source .NET code. Here at Dirigo, the platform has transformed how we build websites of all sizes. DirigoEdge is being used to power some major web properties. The largest that we've built has more than 45,000 pages. So don't be afraid to use DirigoEdge in demanding mission-critical applications. This video is intended for developers who are experienced with Visual Studio and SQL Server. The goal here is to get up and running on DirigoEdge as quickly as possible so that you can begin to experiment with DirigoEdge. We hope that you like our CMS as much as we do, and we encourage you to participate in our development community. Before we begin, make sure that you have the following programs installed: Visual Studio 2012 or newer, SQL Server 2008 or 2012, the latest version of MVC. The first step requires a setup of a database on a Microsoft SQL Server. Let's go ahead and log into our server. Now let's create the database. Right-click Databases and select New Database. Let's name the database DirigoEdge. Next, we need to set up a login for the database. Right-click Security and select New and then Login. Let's use the login named DirigoEdge. Select SQL Server Authentication and give the login a strong password. Be sure to record the password in a secure location. Uncheck Enforce Password Policy because we don't want the password to reset and disrupt our database connection string. Set the default database to the database we just created, in this case, DirigoEdge. Now we need to give the user access to the database. Open User Mappings. Select DirigoEdge and then check DB Owner. This step is vital to ensure our web application has access to the database. Go ahead and click OK. Now we need to populate our new database with tables used by ASP.NET. In order to do this, we need to run the ASP.NET SQL Server setup. This can be found in the Microsoft.NET 4.0 Framework folder. This tool creates the tables and procedures we use for our membership framework and is necessary for Edge to function properly. Let's step through the setup. Here, you will need to put in your server name or IP and log in with a user. This should populate the databases you have access to. Select DirigoEdge. Click Next, and now we wait. Let's open up SQL Server again and see if the tables were populated. It looks like everything worked. Next, I will cover how to connect Edge to our new database to get our web application working. Let's open up a location to store the code for Edge. I typically choose a folder within www root so that I can easily create a local development site with IIS. Edge is currently available for download in our GitHub repository. Navigate to the folder you want Edge in and use Git to clone the repo. The URL for this can easily be found on GitHub. Now that you have downloaded the repository, open the DirigoEdge folder. Here you will see a solution file. Let's open this up using Visual Studio. Now that we have our project open, let's modify the webconfig file at the root of the project. Remember that database user we created? This is where it comes into play. Find the connection string for the data context on line 15. Replace the data source, password, user ID, and catalog. The catalog is the database name. Save the webconfig file. Now we need to update the database context to populate the tables needed to run Edge. Open the Package Manager console. You can get it here, or you may need to select it under the Tools menu. It will ask you to restore the Nuget packages in the solution. This installs all of the Microsoft and third-party libraries we use and our own DirigoEdge core library. Go ahead and restore them. Now let's type the command to update the database. It is simply update-database. Verbose will cause the command to print out the executed SQL. I typically do this to make sure things go smoothly. It looks like the tables have been successfully created. Let's check the database. As you can see, the tables have been populated. Now we are ready to build and launch our Edge instance. Simply deploy the website. Now you are ready to begin designing your website and add content via modules and pages. Check out our YouTube channel for more videos on using DirigoEdge, and stay tuned for our next video, where we'll provide an overview of the code structure.